hard and not get paid. I'm sick of this life and I gotta get a break and I just can't get by anymore. I've been real high and I've been down low. I live in a shack on a dirt road. My best friend is my back and 44. Well, working real hard ain't hard to do when you got you a lot of money coming to you. But I ain't got a dime, so I'll just sit here. Even though I'm broke, I got a six-pack of beer. Well, I pay my dues and I pay my rent. They still trying to take everything they can. I thought I had a good thing going on, but the sheriff opened the door and he took me on. He said, hey boy, you owe the government. Well, working real hard ain't hard to do when you got you a lot of money coming to you. But I ain't got a dime, so I'll just sit here. Even though I'm broke, I got a six-pack of beer. Well, I'm working real hard and not getting paid. I'm sick of this life and I gotta get a break and I just can't get by anymore. I've been real high, I've been down low. I live in a shack up in a dirt road. My best friend is my Magnum 44. Well, working real hard ain't hard to do when you got you a lot of money coming to you. But I ain't got a dime, so I'll just sit here. Even though I'm broke, I got a six-pack of beer.
Good evening and welcome to Not the Show. I'm Joe.
I'm Mondo.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. You unmuted my microphone.
I totally did.
That is awesome.
Yeah, we're trying something new tonight. We're going to try using Google Hangouts for the video control of the show and see if it works out for us. Not for any reason other than it's kind of neat, and my old system is kind of complicated. So we'll see how this works out.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, I'm not seeing the same thing you're seeing as far as that flipping back and forth nonsense. I hope everyone else gets to see it.
I hope so too. It looks like it's working from my end. It's definitely switching cameras, and we'll play some YouTube later and see if it plays the video clips too.
Right.
And yeah, so let's get the show started. How are you?
I am well, sir. I am better now than I have been in a while, which is nice. I've been getting some sleep. My birthday was like a week ago.
It was.
I had a birthday. My birthday started out pretty shitty. I was having a real shitty day. And then you showed up.
Yeah, I did.
Ah, that was awesome.
Oh, I'm glad.
You have no idea. I was really having a shitty day. Not because it was my birthday. It was just a shitty day.
Yeah, I'm glad I could be there, man. It was a lot of fun. I had a great weekend.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry I get to spend more time with you.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, shit happens. But
yeah.
I got to see everybody, which was good too. I mean, the main reason I was there was to see you, but even seeing Red was nice. I haven't seen Red in a long time either.
Yes.
And your brother, hanging out with your brother is awesome too. So.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
They were real nice to me. I want to say thanks again for letting me crash at their place and feeding me and all that stuff. Picking me up at the airport even.
They're good. They're good eggs.
They are. So yeah, we went to a bar. We went for dinner. It was a good time.
Yeah. Going to the bar was awesome. I felt a little bad because we went to that restaurant because Ange could go there.
Mm-hmm.
She's only 18, and then she went home because she wasn't feeling good, and that's a whole other ball game. But that bar was pretty cool because that guy was awesome.
He was. There was like just a acoustic guitar player singing all kinds of different ranges of music.
His name is Jim Mayberry. I don't know if that's a real last name or if it's like some sort of North Carolina like Mayberry thing because everybody loves Andy Griffith down here. But we've decided that for Andy's graduation party we're going to hire him.
That's funny.
Yeah, he does all sorts of events, and he did everything. When we walked in, he was doing "Crazy" by Gnarls Barkley, and what he did he did like everything. What else did he do?
Coldplay.
Dave Matthews.
Yeah, Dave Matthews. Even some. Just he was everywhere. He was pretty much all across the board.
All over. Jackson 5. He did "Baby I Want You Back." I was like, "Oh, this guy's awesome."
Yeah, he was real good.
It was good. It was a great birthday. It was the best birthday I've had in a while.
I'm glad, man.
Excellent.
It was definitely a good time.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not drinking.
Which was also nice because Jessie got to drink.
Yeah.
Not that she doesn't drink at home. I'm not trying to say she drinks, but she does. But Jessie never goes out. Like, even if I get John out, like, Jessie won't come. Even if we could get a sitter, Jessie's like, nah, damn. Nah. She doesn't listen to the show. She's not going to get mad at me.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great that she came out, too.
Yeah.
And I drove, so everybody was able to have a good time. It was good.
Next time, though, I mean, I know you're not much of a drinker.
No.
I know you drink. So next time we get together, you have to drink.
Okay.
We're gonna. You don't have to get drunk, but we're gonna have a few drinks together.
I don't mind getting drunk. This time it was more because I'm trying not to drink or eat any sugar.
Right.
So, there's a lot of sugar in just about every drink you can drink. But next time I see you, which could be years, I probably won't be as strict on this diet as I am now.
Better not be years.
How long had it been? It had been just over 2 years or just under 2 years?
Just over 2 years. It was April 2 years ago. We saw
Ghost Brothers.
Ghost Brothers, and yeah, I haven't seen you since because I haven't made it up.
Yeah, and I didn't find
It's definitely my turn to get up there. I got to get up there.
Yeah.
I almost came up for a few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I realized it would be I just couldn't afford to do it because Ange is going to New York.
Oh.
I have another friend, Mark. You've met Mark, I believe.
Sure, I have. Yeah.
He's coming down to hang out for a few days. I think he just wants to get out of New York for a few days, so he's going to come to, Winston-Salem. And when he leaves, he's going to drive Ange up to New York to see her grandma, and she'll spend a couple weeks there, and then she'll fly back.
That's nice.
Yeah. Because I'd have to rent a car because I can't trust my car to get up there. It might make it up there. No problem, but the gas would also kill me. So I realized that, getting her a plane ticket would probably just be the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Especially since I can't take any time off of work, so I'd have to drive up there, basically spend the night, pick her up, and then just drive home.
No, you're better off.
Yeah, I guess.
It's probably cost you the same or maybe not less, but it's probably not going to cost you that much to fly her down.
No, it's like under $200.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's not bad.
I bumped myself up on the way there, by the way.
Did you?
I had points for one flight, and I paid for the other flight.
Right.
And going there, they offered me a first class upgrade for I think it was $50 or $55. And I was like, how can I pass that up? Planes are insanely uncomfortable for me because I'm so tall.
Right.
Why would I? $50. It was a no-brainer. I paid my $50. I got the giant seat. I got
nice
drinks. It was very, very comfortable flight coming. Going home, there's no first class. It was really small planes, but those are good too because I was on the there's 3 seats across the aisle between 2 and 1, and I was by myself anyway, just in the 1.
Right.
And I was at the front row, so I had plenty of leg room, and so I had good flights all around.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad it came down.
Me too.
Anything else going on this week? Well, it's been a while, actually. It's been a month since we had the show.
Yes, it has been. I actually did something, aside from going out for my birthday. You know how you're always doing stuff, and I'm always like, no, I worked and I've been home, and, sat here, and did nothing. I watched I watched Scrubs again and Parks and Rec. I went to go see Hank 3 with Angie. I took Angie to go see Hank Williams III.
That's fun. That's what we heard coming into the show. 6-pack of beer by Hank Williams III.
Yes, and he does he's like a product of two worlds. He's about our age. He's in like his early 40s, so he's closer to my age than your age. But he grew up as a punk rocker. He's the son of Hank Williams Jr., who sucks, and the grandson of Hank Williams Sr., who I like. So I mean, he grew up as a punk. He listened to the Misfits and Black Flag, and he started punk bands. And then he started doing his country thing. So when you go to a Hank 3 show, the first couple of hours is all of his country stuff, which is all like good country as opposed to like pop country, like Red Solo Cup, pickup truck, and all that other stuff that everybody's singing about now. It's very unoriginal.
Sure.
He's got 3 songs about how pop country sucks, actually, and I think he played them all. And then he does, when he's done with that, he flips the switch on his amp, and he does his Hellbilly set. And then he goes from his Hellbilly set straight into his punk set. And like most of the country folk, they kind of wander out, and the mosh pit starts.
Nice.
Yeah, and people are moshing. And actually, the boy Ange hangs out with, Andrew's talking about, I wanted to go into the mosh pit. I didn't because, A, I'm old. B, I'm old and broken. I have a really bad ankle. I had to work the next morning, and my ankle is weak. Like that excuse. It is weak. So I didn't because I'm a responsible adult now. But
Sure.
Ange could tell that I wanted to go in, and she really thought I was at one point. She had her iPhone ready to videotape, me moshing, which I did not do. But so we were talking about it, and her friend was there, and he was just like, they were moshing at a country show, and I was just like, man, it's like Hank the Third. You don't understand. You don't understand. But no, it was a really good show. I promised her that maybe if we ever go to a show on a Saturday where I have all day Sunday to put my foot up, maybe I'll mosh a little. Maybe. We'll see. They were polite moshers. Nobody was stomping anybody. They were picking each other up because moshing is definitely a different ball game I see than it used to be when I see it.
It is. It's definitely different. And the last show I went to Alice in Chains. The last show I went to that's kind of that heavy enough to mosh.
Right.
I was even on the floor where there was just no chairs at all. Just
right.
And there was nobody moshing. It might be because it was at a casino in Las Vegas, in Atlantic City. But I don't think that's why. It was still a young crowd. It was still the usual people. Maybe it's because we're 40 and people that listen to Alice in Chains are 40.
Yes.
For the most part.
Yeah, there were old people moshing though too with the young people.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking, now granted, if I had gotten in there, I would have been one of them, and I would have been, if there was 2 me's, I would have been standing there going what the hell are you doing? Because there were a couple of guys that were kind of old. What are you doing? You're a grown man, for Christ's sake. Get out of there. There was one kid, he started moshing his flip-flops.
Really?
There's beer all over the floor. He's sliding all over the place, and he got really mad because one of his flip-flops fell off. And then he went back in a little later. We saw him again, and he was just barefoot in the mosh pit. And it's just what are you doing? He's worse than the old guys. I don't know.
That's silly.
But that's what I have done. That's what I have done since last we spoke. We went out for my birthday, and I went to see Hank 3.
That's awesome. I don't think I did that.
How about you?
Myself.
No?
I can't think of anything big.
This is a rare role reversal.
It totally. Yeah. I'm racking my brain. What did I have going on? I had not much. Oh, you know what? No, I didn't have it. You. I went to you. I did that. Nothing. Tomorrow Wednesday I have something.
Nice.
I have invited my friends to my house to watch Sharknado 2.
Nice.
Having a Sharknado 2 party. I was very tempted to buy shark-shaped ice cubes and shark-shaped candy and have one of those remote control shark inflatable helium balloons driving around.
Right.
Any of those things because the movie is going to be terrible, but we'll have some laughs.
There you go.
Yeah. It should be fun. I have stuff going on this week. We can't do a show Monday next week.
Okay.
Me and the fam and some other friends are going to Long Beach Island for 4-day weekend
Nice.
down in Jersey, just for some beach and pool and such. And then the following weekend, I think the following Monday I'll be fine. Let me double check. The 4th I'm away, and then the 11th I'm here, but then the 18th I'm away again. So maybe we'll try and get a show in next week after Monday.
That works for me.
Right, because then the 18th I'm gone again, and then the 25th, 25th I'm fine too. So this month there's only one Monday that's bad, and that's this coming Monday.
Right.
So that's our schedule for all of you listening. Just letting you know. We have no live viewers at the moment, but.
Now, are you going to see Guardians of the Galaxy this week?
Seeing it this week, because we're away this weekend, is tough. I definitely want to see it, and I definitely want to take Joe to see it. Although Jen is squeamish about the PG-13 thing with him.
Right.
But I haven't bought a ticket yet. I know you pre-purchased yours because you're prepared, you're ready.
Yes.
Even though it's going to be the worst movie ever.
Movie's gonna suck.
Hashtag sarcasm.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible. Fucking raccoon.
Fucking
tree with one line. Tree with one line.
I think my favorite line from the trailer so far, right, there's a point where Rocket is laughing, and Starman says, "That's not even a real laugh," and Rocket's like, "Yes, it is," or something like that. JoJo says it over and over again. Because on the Disney Channel, because it's Marvel and Disney,
Sure.
every commercial break, there's a Guardians commercial. I don't know how. If I wasn't pushing him to see it, I don't think there would be any way for him to not want to see this movie.
Right.
Because they're really pushing it hard. Even the other stuff like Subway commercials are Guardians of the Galaxy Subway commercials.
See, that just proves it's going to be the worst movie ever.
Can't possibly be good.
It can't. I'm gonna see it in IMAX 3D. Why? Why am I going to see it in IMAX 3D? It's terrible. With a terrible old soundtrack.
That's awesome.
The soundtrack is gonna suck.
Can't be good.
Uh,
How could the soundtrack be good? My son walks around the house singing the theme song.
the Ooga Chaka, the Hooked on a Feeling.
My 5-year-old has to play Ooga Chaka for me. I took him to see Transformers yesterday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Now, how did he like that?
He loved it. It was awesome. Big robots stomping each other, Dinobots. It was terrible, but he absolutely loved it. Marky Mark is a terrible actor.
He is. And nobody seems to believe me when I say it. Everybody points out, the couple of good films that he may have made, which were the porn movie.
Yes.
Which he was not the highlight of that. Heather Graham was, in my opinion. That was the Heather Graham movie as Roller Girl.
I agree.
That was the Heather Graham movie. And then there was that. Didn't he do a movie with Leo DiCaprio and Matt Damon?
Yeah, I think it was. Was that a Scorsese? Was it Scorsese film?
It was. I think it was. I don't know if it was the first Leo Scorsese movie, but yeah, it was definitely a Scorsese. I have not seen it yet because I just hate Leo.
I think I've seen it. I was trying to do a search, but Google's freaking wacky.
Even when I like Leo, I hate Leo. I hate liking Leo. Like I saw that Dream movie, Inception. Great movie.
Oh yeah.
Did not want to like it because Leo was in it. Then there was that movie he made, the sequel to Titanic, where he takes the Jewel of the Ocean and becomes like a rich guy, like living on Long Island or something. The Great Gatsby. He changes his name to Gatsby. Didn't see that one either.
The movie was The Departed, by the way.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah, and you know what was interesting that I just realized today, that because I was listening to a podcast about TV shows. The girl from The Great Gatsby, the love interest. Have you seen any of The Great Gatsby? I know you hate Leo, but have you never caught any of it?
No.
The girl, the love interest from Great Gatsby, is the super cute girl from the Don't Blink episode of Doctor Who.
Really?
Yes.
That is like a reason to watch that movie now.
It is. I mean, she's cute in the movie too, but definitely in the Don't Blink episode, it's like she's my favorite part of that whole episode. It's very Dr. Light. It's like a Dr. Light episode.
Yeah.
And she is great in that movie, and she, in that episode, and arguably that's probably, if you were going to show someone Doctor Who for the first time, that's arguably one of the best Doctor Who episodes, I think. I say arguably because you may want to argue.
Absolutely. No, I love that. That's like, yeah. Like, yeah, if people tell me they don't like Doctor Who, I'm like, at least watch the Don't Blink episode. You might like it.
Yeah, and it's it's not too crazy Doctor Crazy stuff, and there's no you don't need to know any backstory, and it's still a little bit timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey.
A little bit. And so it's definitely a good one for new people.
Absolutely.
Let me show. Speaking, we're talking about Doctor Who. Let me show. I have the trailer for the new Doctor Who season.
Let's see what kind of. No, I watched it, but I wasn't really paying attention. So.
And I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, but we're going to try it.
Okay.
If it plays. See, it's still showing. See, I'm not sure how this. I'm still learning how to do this thing. And it's still showing me that it wants to play Tusk again. I wasn't ready to play the Tusk trailer. It's kind of annoying.
You might need to put them in order, I guess. Next time we do this, we have like a bunch of.
I could reorder them, but the fact that the Tusk one is on the screen at the moment, I can't I can't get rid of it to do the. All right, so let me show Tusk first, since it's there.
Okay.
Let's watch Tusk and talk a bit about Kevin Smith's weird ass idea here. Let's see, hopefully you'll be able to see it or hear it, or I don't know. Have you seen it?
I have not.
All right, so here it comes. Let's see. Let's see.
I don't teach you to keep your mouth shut.
Hemingway said that.
Yes, he did. And he said it to me.
I don't want you to go to Canada tomorrow.
It's for the podcast. It's what I do. I travel around and I interview weird or interesting people.
So look out, you crazy Canucks! Wandering Wallace takes a raunchy road trip up to the Great White North.
Hello. I'm an old man who has enjoyed a long and storied life at sea. And after eons of oceanic adventure, I know I do not wish to spend my remaining years alone when I have such stories to share.
How far is Bifrost from here?
It's about 2 hours from here.
It's about 2 hours away.
I hate American guys.
Good evening.
It's nice to meet you.
Could I interest you in some tea?
So what happened after the boat sank?
I was alone, and then something very swift and frightening moved by me.
A walrus saved your life?
The walrus is far more evolved than any man I've heard of. Present company included.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Which?
There. It'll be all right, Mr. Tusk.
He hasn't called me in 3 days. I'm worried.
Why are you doing this?
Are you really mourning your humanity? I don't understand. Who in the hell would want to be human?
I'm so scared. This guy wants to turn me into an animal or something. I don't want to die in Canada.
I don't want to die in Canada is a good line.
Hashtag walrus, yes.
You see, it started playing the next trailer automatically. Let me go back to us.
I had very little lag.
Okay.
It was nice. Very little lag.
Good. What do you think of that weirdness?
He's gonna turn the dude into a walrus?
I'm pretty sure that's the premise of the movie, is that he kidnaps him and turns him into a walrus, and that's why he's got that ridiculous mustache.
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it. Kevin Smith is like, possibly lost his mind. I don't know. But, I mean, not only does it look like a pretty good horror movie, it looks funny.
Yeah, and that's Kevin Smith's thing, right? Even the last one,
Red State.
Yeah, also funny and pretty horrific at the same time.
Yes. And, I mean, this is like, maybe this is some sort of like answer to those Human Centipede movies.
Maybe.
It's like, but instead of like doing something like totally gross, like making Human Centipede, he's going to make a guy a walrus.
Could be.
Oh, it's
so strange.
Oh, man, that looks good. I got a Fandango that shit.
All right, now I'm going to put on the Doctor. Since we were talking about Doctor Who, we'll quickly watch the Doctor Who trailer.
Okay.
I think it's shortish. And we're both unmuted if we want to chat during it.
Life returns.
I don't think I know who the Doctor is anymore.
Life prevails.
I'm the Doctor. I've lived for over 2,000 years. I've made many mistakes. It's about time that I did something about that.
Where are we going?
Into darkness.
Here we go again.
Clara, tell me, am I a good man?
I don't know.
Doctor Who. Saturday, 23rd of August on BBC One.
So we know we're getting it the 23rd of August, and trailer looks pretty cool.
It absolutely does. I was worried about the new Doctor. Not that I wouldn't like him. I loved him from the moment they announced him. I was kind of happy that we were going to be getting an older Doctor. I was worried that like maybe it'd chase the girls who were only into him. I think we had a big discussion about that.
Yeah.
About Doctor cuteness. But I think most of the people that were watching the Doctor because he's cute, I'm hoping that they have actually gotten into the show and will continue to watch it because it really looks like it's going to be good. And I think Peter Capaldi is going to be an awesome Doctor.
He was in Doctor Who at some point. I don't remember what season, but he was in season
4, the Donna Noble season. He was a Roman dude in Pompeii.
I remember that episode.
Yeah, and Donna eventually convinced him, the Doctor, to like save like at least one family from Pompeii because he was like, I can't do anything, about like this is one of those set points in time. I can't do anything about it, Pompeii. And it turned out like he caused Pompeii in order to save the world. But they did. They saved Peter Capaldi and his family. Karen Gillan was also in that episode. She was one of the Amy Pond was one of the seers, like the future seeing ladies who had visions of the future because they were breathing like in alien dust from the volcano.
They do that a lot, actually. The Martha was in an earlier episode than when she. I'm playing a completely different. Not playing. They did it with Donna, right? Donna showed up in first episode of season 3, and then she wasn't his companion until season 4.
Right.
But Martha was a completely different character in the one with the Torchwood skyscraper with the ear things with the.
Right, with the Cybermen.
Cybermen, yeah. So they do that.
And they explained away the look by saying that was her cousin. Martha mentions at one point that her cousin was at Canary Wharf, during the whole big thing, and like they never saw her cousin again. So the cousin was supposed to be like Martha, or not Martha.
That's interesting. What else do I have on movies and TV? I have just 2 more trailers, I think, but let's do those after the break. I will say that they're going to reboot Stargate that was one article we have this week. Ronald Emmerich wants to make more episodes with a brand new movie trilogy. No more details than that. Speaking of TV, and
now, when you say no more details, do we at least know if this is going to be like an actual reboot, like starting from scratch, or is he just rebooting it and it's like, you know, the original movie will be canon and like this is going to take place later?
It just says he pitched it to MGM and that it may be pushed down to one movie. There's really no details at all.
Okay, because I mean, I love Stargate. The original movie was awesome.
Yeah.
And I love Stargate Universe. And that's pretty much the end of my list. You know, the series was all right. I mean, I didn't hate the series, the Stargate SG-1, or even Atlantis, but I definitely didn't love them.
Right.
I was never, you know, it's just one of those weird things about me. Like, I can even like something and not like it at the same time. I think it was just because it was like that whole, you know, like Planet of the Week kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like I don't watch sitcoms with like laugh tracks unless, you know, there's a few exceptions. And I'll even think they're funny, but if there's a laugh track, I just get turned off. And I think that whole of the week thing kind of like turns me off. Not always, because I'm a huge X-Files fan, and I don't care about that whole of the week. It's one of the reasons I dropped Supernatural. I got kind of tired of Supernatural because of the week thing.
Okay.
Ditto with that NBC show that I really, really liked for like 4 episodes. I thought it was the greatest show ever. Grimm.
I liked Grimm in the beginning too. I stopped watching it also.
Yeah, it's like I went right from like loving. I was being like, this is the best show ever, and then like one week it's like a Grimm is on, and I'm like, fuck it.
You know what I've been watching? I saw a trailer for the spin-off of Arrow, which is going to be Flash.
Okay.
The trailer interested me that I wanted to watch it, but then I was like, how can I watch a spin-off if I don't watch Arrow? So I went back and I started watching Arrow. There's 2 seasons, I think.
Right.
And, season 1 is, from what I understand, season 2 is excellent, and season 1 is just okay. And I haven't hated season 1. I don't know if there's a comic book. Is it Green Arrow? Was there a Green Arrow comic book?
Yes.
Oh, it must be based on that. It's just, you know, it's a typical Batman type story, like a billionaire that wants to save a city, so he hides the fact that he's a vigilante superhero. He's like a Robin Hood-y type of character.
Right.
Even wears a green hood and shoots things with bows and arrows. So, but it's good. I'm up to like 8 episodes in on season 1.
I'll have to check it out because you know, I see it on my Netflix, like it says like, you know, because you like this, you might like this, and I'm just like, fuck you, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, it's WB. How do you trust that anything that WB puts out is going to be good?
Right, and you know, I wasn't a Smallville fan. You know, I watched a couple of episodes of Smallville, and I didn't dig it. I don't know if it's because I'm a Marvel fanboy, and generally speaking, DC, you know, I don't know, I'm not a big DC guy at all. There's a couple of the comics I really like. I do see like the Batman movies. I did see the latest Superman movie and enjoyed it for what it was worth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though, you know, once again, you know, movie is seriously flawed.
Yeah.
And I have no hope of like Batman versus Superman being any good whatsoever. And at the same time, I'm probably going to enjoy that one a lot too.
Did you see the pictures of Wonder Woman that's going to be in that?
I did.
Yeah. Well, it looks pretty dark. It reminds me of what we've seen already by in the Superman movie.
Right.
Dark, kind of a little different. It looks good.
See, I don't know that I like Dark Superman.
No.
Again, not a big Superman fan, but you know, that's one of the cool things about Superman was always very, you know, I don't know, he's boy, they call him like, you know, like they call him a Boy Scout. He's like a big blue Boy Scout because he's so optimistic and he's so, you know, good and moral and right. And, you know, I mean, you know, I love Batman because he's not those things. But I also like Superman because he is those things. It's like, you know, it's like he's a very positive superhero, I suppose.
He is.
Sometimes you need that.
He is. You're right.
So I don't know if I want to. I mean, because the last movie was kind of dark.
It was.
The Man of Steel movie. It was kind of dark, especially for Superman.
It was dark enough that I haven't let Joe watch it. There's too much too much real violence. Like, it's
yeah, and like hundreds of thousands of people died in Metropolis. Like, there is no way that you can tell me that the body count was not at least 100,000 people.
Oh yeah, it's just they just knocked down buildings like it was nothing. I mean, I suppose they claimed there was some evacuating of the city, but and that was one of my arguments. I argued with AJ about this. First of all, I argued that he would have taken the fight outside the city if he could have anyway led them away. He would have done it somewhere else, especially the last fight when there was no spaceship to destroy. There was nothing to break that was in the city that had to stay there. And AJ just argues with me. AJ always argues. He can't ever believe that I wouldn't love the movie.
Right. God bless him.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll see another couple trailers, and we got a couple more stories. All right?
All right.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get... my break song I picked was a video. Let's see if it'll play the one I want to play.
Hey, nice.
That was Weird Al Word Crimes.
Aha. Now, did the whole thing play for you?
Yes.
Okay, weird. All right.
Yeah. And
okay.
Someone I know is listening, and I don't know if they're getting it either.
No lag on my end, but like it lagged.
Really?
When you stopped it, like the song stopped short.
Really?
Yeah. Now again, that could be my crappy connection, so I just might have been getting some lag on the. Like I thought you had a problem at first, because I mean, like the video and the sound perfectly synced, and then it just stopped, and I was like, oh, Joe's had a problem. And then you you were so nonchalant about it. I was like, I bet you he didn't. He didn't have a problem.
Very strange.
It was awesome.
Yeah, you like that? Have you heard the others?
Not one song that I don't like. I'm so handy.
Oh,
oh, they were all good.
Yeah. I thought they were all good too. And then the bigger news than the fact that he had a bunch of good videos is that he reached #1 on Billboard for the first time in his whole career.
And he was the first comedy album to reach #1 on Billboard in something like 50 years.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's and that's like album, right?
Yeah.
People don't even fucking buy albums anymore. So I mean that impresses me. So people are buying the entire album. Yeah. I'm sure it's still mostly downloads, but
yeah, it must be, but still, I still think that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some more news. There's going to be a Pacific Rim animated series, and they already announced that Pacific Rim 2 will be coming out after the animated series. They're saying that the animated series will be kind of a bridge between the two. Speaking of Pacific Rim, it's on the TV behind me. There'll be a 13 episode season.
Yeah, Pacific Rim, all right.
Yeah, it'll be a 13 episode season. It's interesting. I like Pacific Rim. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
I wanted to love it. I really liked it, and maybe I kind of loved it.
It had some problems, but it was good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was definitely hoping that they would make a sequel. So I'm glad that they are. An animated series, I mean, that's kind of nifty. Which brings me back to the first thing we talked about, movie-wise, which is Guardians of the Galaxy. Animated series. It will be on the Disney XD.
Nice.
I meant to mention that when you were talking about Joe's seeing commercials, all the time on there. There will be a Disney XD Guardians of the Galaxy's cartoon. So, yeah, we got that going for us.
They also announced Guardians. They also announced they're going to release a sequel.
Yes.
2 years from today, actually. Sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's going to suck as bad as the first one.
Yes.
I mean, I got to imagine that, it's either they're really, really cocky, or, I mean, there are some really cool, smart, real pop culture people, working on these things now, like Joss Whedon, for instance. So, I mean, while he's not actually working on the movie, he is, Marvel's, overseer as far as the movie universe goes, I guess you would call him. Let's call him Marvel's showrunner for everything, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think he decided the timeline of when each movie should come out and which movies go in with the whole world of the Marvel world that's putting together there.
And so, I mean, with all of these really cool, interesting people, I mean, I got to imagine if they're already planning a sequel, they have seen this movie and they know that it's going to be good. And these are people whose opinions I probably trust, even though we both know that the movie's going to be kind of shitty. So.
Yeah, it's been screened already a bunch of times. I mean, I had preview screener tickets for a night this week that I couldn't go. Yeah, I could have seen it it was this past. It was last week, Thursday. I could have gone.
Wow.
Yeah, I had 2 passes to see it in the city for a screener, but it's just we had something else going on. I just couldn't do it. I don't even remember what the hell we had going on.
I never would have been more jealous of somebody going to see a terrible movie in my life.
Yeah. Well, I really tried. I wanted to, but I had to give him up.
Right.
I can't believe I can't remember what the hell I did that made it so I couldn't go to see one of the movies I'm most looking forward to this whole year. That I didn't go. Something with the family. It had to be a family thing. It had to be, a JoJo event.
Right.
Which is okay. Then it's all right. If I had three passes, I would have taken JoJo and Jen and made them go.
Right.
Because I couldn't have passed it up if I had 3, but I only had 2, so couldn't make that work.
I hear that.
Yeah. What else we have in the news? Luke Benson wants to make another Fifth Element movie.
Like a sequel, or does he want to reboot it?
Said not a sequel, but another film in the same vein with the same ideas, which he would direct.
Like same universe and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. He said when he made the film, it was before all the new special effects arrived. He did the film, it was all blue screen, dots on the wall, takes forever. Now basically, you just put your camera on your shoulder and then you add a couple dinosaurs and spaceships. He said it was not easy at the time, and he thinks he would be able to do a better, similar movie with today's technology.
I gotta imagine that he could, because Fifth Element was like visually. I mean, it was a fantastic. It was a great movie all around.
Yeah.
But visually, it was very good. Had Commissioner Jim Gordon in it and shit. And
it did. It was a fantastic movie. I went to Donny Park that day with my family. That's why.
Okay.
And we got back way too late for me. And with these screeners, you got to go to the city, and there's no guaranteed seat, so you got to get online a couple hours early, and hope you're in the front enough to get in. With the popular movies, it's even worse. You got to get there early.
Sure.
So I would have had to get there at like 6 for an 8 o'clock film, and I just couldn't manage it.
Yeah, it's pretty early.
And thank you to the person that just reminded me. Our one viewer.
Our one viewer. Are they in the Google chat or something?
No, it just tells me that we have a viewer.
Okay.
I sent out the link, and I probably should have tweeted and Facebooked the link, but next time. This is new.
Next time.
The way we're doing this is new this time. So.
Yeah, and I definitely like it.
So do I. I like the switching. I like the fact that I can play the videos. As long as they're playing, I really don't know. I'll have to watch it back after and make sure the videos are playing and make sure that the thing is playing. It just told me that you added the drawing app so you can draw on our video.
Yeah, and I can't. This told me like Draw is not supported on this user's platform.
Okay, maybe because I don't have Draw installed on my end.
Okay, that's all right. Maybe we can draw some other time, maybe.
I'm not sure how that works. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff you could do with this, including D&D. Part of
yes,
this.
Roll20.
Right, there's screen capture. There's a little chat box. We could have a chat box going at the same time if we needed to actually type things to each other. And there's a few other neat features. But yeah, so this is pretty neat. There was a bunch of cool images released for the probably canceled Dark Tower movies. I posted them on my website. It's Discordia19.com. Some real neat looking storyboards and almost like video storyboards of Tull and things like that. And if anybody gets a chance, you should go check that out. There was some beautiful stuff, and it really would have been awesome if they would have made it.
Yeah, we can still have hope someday.
Yeah, it's not completely canceled.
Right, he hasn't given up on it.
That's right. Let's play another video trailer. I have more trailers. There was a lot of trailers this week. I think the next one I have is let's. Here it comes. I think this is I don't remember, but it's playing. I'm gonna unmute you in case you want to. Oh, you unmuted yourself. Perfect. Oh, yeah, Mad Max.
Yeah.
Water Wars.
I really don't know how I feel about a Mad Max reboot. It was so good.
My name is.
I think this is more of a sequel than a reboot. I think it's just a sequel with a new guy since Mel Gibson's so old and crazy.
They still have cool cars.
It's hard to kiss
Want to get through this? Let's go! What's your name?
That's neat.
Absolutely. I'm kind of confused. They've been making this movie for like, I don't know, a while now. And it's still not going to come out until next year.
Yeah, sometimes they're slow with these things.
The other thing I'm not sure about, I mean, I'm going to see this movie and I'm probably going to like it. And I'm probably going to think it was pretty cool. Probably. But it seems very Road Warrior to me. It just seems like it seems like a reboot of the Road Warrior. It's the same, you know, they're going to crash Max's car and he's going to meet up with these people. But they tie him to the front of a car instead of somebody else.
Yeah.
And they put a Bane mask on him, so he'll probably be like, you know, my name is Max. But, you know, and then there's like the whole, you know, he's going to drive a truck while people are chasing them. We don't know why they're chasing them. I mean, last time they were chasing them for gasoline. You know, maybe now they'll be chasing them for water. They mentioned water a lot. Maybe they'll be chasing them just because they don't like people.
Yeah, maybe.
As long as he doesn't say, like, I'll drive that tanker, I'll be okay. Because then I'll just be like, yeah, no, it's not cool. But, again, I'm probably going to like it, regardless of whether or not... You know, and it's the same dude who made the first three.
It is, yeah.
So it makes me wonder if he just forgot that he made Road Warrior. Like, maybe he had a dream that he made Road Warrior, and he was just like, you know, he was like, that'd be a good movie. And maybe someone will point out to him later, you did it.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm probably still going to like it.
Me too. It's my kind of thing.
You know, I even liked the bad Mad Max movie, Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah,
I mean, it was terrible. But, yeah, it was awesome at the same time.
Tina Turner.
Yeah, exactly.
She had weird
kids.
Yeah, weird kids. I have one last trailer. I don't know what it is, and I'm pretty sure that the audio for the trailers are playing on the live feed, but not the video. Sorry, I muted when I pushed play. We'll go with it anyway.
Cool.
I don't remember what this one is either. What's the matter with me?
You killed that innocent girl. I know you killed her. What does it feel like to get away with murder? I hope you die, scared and helpless in the dirt. And make sure you get punished for everything you did to her.
Oh, I know what this is. This is Horns. This is Stephen King's son. He wrote this. I read the book.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this a lot.
No one is born evil. But sometimes, when you go through hell, the only way out is to walk deeper into the fire.
Evil Harry Potter. Yeah, that looks cool.
Evil Harry Potter with an American accent.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, no, I really like that book a lot too, and this is a movie ever since I heard they were making it. I was looking forward to it just because it sounded cool, and then once I read the book, I was looking forward to it even more.
Yeah, the book is by Joe Hill, which is Stephen King's son, and he doesn't use his name. He didn't want to cash in on Dad's name when he wrote his first books. And it was very good, and his other book was also very good. The more recent one was
Nosferatu.
Yeah, Nosferatu, also excellent. I think they already optioned that as a movie too. And I think he's writing a sequel.
Speaking of sequels, and speaking of Stephen King, all right, so I finished Mr. Mercedes.
What did you think?
Loved it. I loved it.
Great.
It was very good.
I agree. I also thought it was very good. There's gonna be 2 sequels to that. At least one full-length sequel, and one which they're hinting is going to be either part of a compilation or a bunch of shorter stories involving the same characters. He didn't really say. We know there's definitely a full-length sequel, and then something else.
I'm definitely looking forward to reading more of that.
Yeah,
it was very good.
It was a good motley bunch of oddball characters that really worked well together, and I liked them all. I liked the characters a lot, and it was really, really good. You read that fast.
Yeah, actually, I read it a little slower than I usually read other books, but yeah, I did read it pretty quick though. Overall, yeah, no, it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Cool. Yeah, he's got another one coming out this year called Revival that they're saying is incredibly scary. I think we read a trailer for it a couple weeks back.
Revival.
Mm-hmm. And while we're talking about writers, here's more amazingly good news that I think is pretty awesome. American Gods has been optioned by Starz. It was originally rumored that it was going to go to HBO, kind of like Game of Thrones, but this is just as good, I think. I mean, Starz is a weird channel, maybe, and this is maybe their first time they picked up a big title like this. Showtime has a few, and HBO has a few.
Right.
But,
I think Starz had Spartacus. I don't know how big that really was. I know people talked about it, but in our circles, we might have actually seen everybody who talked about it.
Yeah. So American Gods is written by Neil Gaiman. It's one of my favorite books of all time. It's really awesome. And Brian Fuller is going to write the pilot. He created Dead Like Me. He created some of NBC. He's part of Hannibal on NBC, and he also did Pushing Daisies, all of which I love.
He likes dead people.
He seems to.
Dead people walking around is like his thing.
Yeah, I guess.
And so that kind of makes sense for this book.
It does. You're absolutely right.
For this adaptation.
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. And I'm also glad because, some of the talk, there was talk of a movie, there was talk of a series, and I think we discussed it before, and we've discussed it a lot of times, especially with the way things are being done today, on these cable channels and stuff. A series is really the way to go when you've got, such a big, rich kind of book.
Sure, yeah.
Where you don't want to cut out, all the good stuff or all the other stuff just to keep the main story.
Yeah.
So, something like this is definitely going to be...
You get to keep more of the important the details that make the story better.
Right.
When it's longer and done over time like this.
Yeah, because, sure, you could knock out, a 2-hour American Gods movie, and people would like it, but, there's just so much going on, and you would lose a lot of that. Same thing with, Dark Tower, just doing, nothing but a movie or, a couple of movies, you'd lose a lot. Or The Stand, which still concerns me about, that's another one of those things that's got, so much going on. I'm not sure how a 3-hour movie is going to cover that.
Yep, you're absolutely right, and that's why I like the way this looks like it's going, and I trust that he's not going to let them take over too much control or change too much. He seems like the type that would try and keep as much control as he can. Although Stardust, was it Stardust, the movie?
Yeah.
You laugh. I like the movie.
Me too. Oh, me too. Absolutely.
Times, but it's not exactly the story, and
right.
It had its moments of silly, but it was.
And that's why I laughed, because I mean I do love that movie, and it is very silly. And Robert De Niro was awesome. He was just great. That's actually the main reason I rewatch that movie when I see it happens to be on somewhere. I'm just like, oh yes, Robert De Niro's in this.
Yeah, it was good. I like it. I could watch it over. I've rewatched it. In other words.
Right.
I think that's it. I think we have no more news, and I think we watched all our trailers. This is a movie-heavy week for us.
Yes. Coming off another long break.
Yeah, that's true. There was a bunch of other news that I edited out for time that I didn't think was relevant anymore. Things that passed, but yeah, no, it was a good test of the new system here, and it was a fun show.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can find all our...
next time, we're going to complain about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, we're going to talk about how awful it was.
Yes.
We'll never trust Marvel again.
Nope.
All right, so you can find all that stuff at nottheshow.com. You can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/nottheshow. We do this every week. We try and do it Mondays around 8, or today was 8:30 or so. You can watch live, but I don't know how. If we're going to keep doing it this way, we may have to figure out a new way to post the link to the live, because it's going to change every week.
Yeah, I do know that other people do this live on the Google Hangouts, and it works for them.
Yeah, it seems to work.
We'll have to figure that out.
Seems to work for us too. I got to figure out how to get the videos to play better. But that was a good first. It was a good first attempt at this.
Absolutely. And I didn't cut out since we were setting up, which is also good.
No, yeah, you stuck around. Your video every once in a while, your sync was a little slow, like your mouth was moving and your words were different, but it compensated. It fixed itself. It always came back relatively shortly.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to get the draw app so that I can draw on you.
Yeah, I'll have to wonder what it'll do if I try and do it. I don't know what it's doing, but it says it's searching for your face.
Uh-oh.
When I click maybe now was a bad time to test this.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Oh, there it goes. It's searching for face again. Draw is not supported on this user's platform. It still says that.
All right, we're gonna have to figure that out, because this looks like it might be fun.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it. All right, so let's call it a show.
Yes.
We will talk to you. I'll talk to you next week, bud.
Absolutely, man.
Figure out what day.
Okay.
Take care, everybody.
Night.
Well, I'm real hard and not getting paid. I'm sick of this life and I gotta get a break. I've been real high and I've been down low. And I live in a shack on Predator Road. Well, I'm working real hard and not getting paid. I'm sick of this life and I gotta get a break, and I just can't get by anymore. I've been real high and I've been down low. I live in a shack on Predator Road. My best friend is my back is 44. Well, working real hard ain't hard to do, and you got you a lot of money coming to you. But I ain't got a dime, so I'll just sit here. Even though I'm broke, I got a 6-pack of beer. Well, I pay my dues and I pay my rent. They still trying to take everything they can. I thought I had a good thing going on, but sure from the door he took me on. He said, hey boy, you owe government. Well, working real hard ain't hard to do, and you got you a lot of money coming to you. But I ain't got a dime, so I'll just sit here. Even though I'm broke, I got a 6-pack of beer. Thank you.